What's up, friends? This is Jazz, finally bringing you the 100 subscriber special. It took a long time, as in mostly my motivation, honestly. As I am recording this, I have 107 subscribers. Honestly, ever since I hit 100, I've been going strong. Well, maybe not ever since. There's been a time I reached it and went down, but I wanted to make sure that I was truly at 100 before I got serious into it. So it means that if I was past 100, I'd be more stable in recording it. It's been also like, what? I'm trying to remember. 5 years I've been doing this for, almost going in my, what is it? Am I in my 5th year or 6th year? I'd say 5th. Sorry, I know, reminiscing and everything, but I'm also, like, talking about this milestone. Mostly, I decided to do a top, top 27, or, let me see, it is a top, yes. It is a top 27 videos, in my opinion, that I did. And I don't have a time limit, really. It is, well, I do have a cutoff limit, but it's very, very recent, right? In the last few months, like anything a few months ago, I would count, for example. So, yeah, since some of them may not seem the best quality to you, but sometimes there's emotional reasons and sentimental reasons for these choices too. Now, don't get me wrong, there still are some choices that have quality to it, right? And there's not all just old videos. I put old and new videos on this list. So, I'm trying to think. There is really no rule for this countdown list. Now, I will allow all the types of videos, like including card openings and that. Doesn't mean they'll show up on the list, but I just want, if it's one of my favorite videos, it's one of my favorite videos, right? It's not just about quality for this list. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the top 27 Jazz Umbre videos, in my opinion, of all time. Let's get on to number 27. Actually really enjoyed playing Simba's Mighty Adventure. You're probably wondering why the finale wasn't on this list, unlike this one. Well, I used cheats to beat Sierra, and in this one, I did quite a bit of levels by myself. All by myself. It wasn't until that last part that I used any codes at all. So I technically feel more proud of this one because it had quite a bit of challenge in it, and my narration was okay. I've had better narration in videos that are coming up, but I really wanted to include one of the Simba's Mighty Adventure parts on this list because it was really out of my comfort zone, and I just love some of my reactions, especially to finding out that the crocodile level was like another stampede, which I struggled with. And as I said, this does have a little place in my heart for the fact that I did something completely new and actually had fun doing it. Now, unlike the others on this list, this one isn't as memorable, which is why it is number 27 on the list, but out of all the videos I looked up, this still means something to me. So, guys, Simba's Mighty Adventures Crocodiles is number 27 on this list. Now, on to number 26. You've guys actually seen this video on one of my first New Year's countdowns, and that is the 7 Voyages of Cynthia, or the bonus episode. I still have a very close place in my heart for this episode. I remember as a child struggling with the 7 Voyage of Cynthia level in Search for Reptar, and yes, I did struggle in this part, but I did look up a walkthrough and was able to follow it. I will admit it wasn't as good quality as my videos are more nowadays. Even nowadays, I will admit it isn't the best quality. But I've learned through the years to do the best I can with what I have, and I feel that I have done that over the years. Now, yes, as I said, this isn't the best quality, but I feel that it has a lot of heart. Okay, commentary. As I said, okay, commentary. Maybe, you're wondering, why is this lower than the Lion King? Higher up than the Lion King. Well, as I said, this one just touches my heart more, right? It's a better memory, right? And it's something that I'm fully comfortable with. So of course I would probably choose something that I'm more fully comfortable with. And there were some games that I played before. I think mostly Pokemon Crystal Wedlock that wasn't as near as good quality as this was. For one, yes, I started background, but the game was more in focus than anything else. I was so pleased with myself on getting through the level, and it was near the end as well. And I just love this game, guys, and I'm really thinking of, and don't take this to heart yet, but I'm really thinking of maybe redoing a Let's Play with more, now that I'm more experienced as a Let's Player. Because I haven't done it for years, and this would be one redo that would warrant better quality, that might be warranted. There's only like 2 other Let's Plays that I think would warrant a better Let's Play, but I cannot do them yet because my capture card isn't working, and that would be Coliseum and XD. But besides that, I think it's almost time for Search for Reptar for me to work on that and to come back to it. But as this was one of my favorite Let's Plays to do, like one of the most fun I've had, and this all in all is just a good memory. So, the Search for Reptar bonus episode 7 Voyages of Cynthia are number 26 on this list. Now on to number 25. Lucius, what do I have to say about that? Well, I sort of did enjoy playing the game for the most part, and I think episode 1 that I did was one of the most fun I had with the game. This was another game that was different than what I've been used to doing. Yes, I've played like The Walking Dead and that, but it was just a game that I was really looking forward to doing, and I was so pumped into recording it and everything. And as I said, obviously the quality is better than either Simba's Mighty Adventures or Search for Reptar that I've done. I will admit, in some ways, the emotional attachment isn't as infestive as it is Search for Reptar, but right now I am picking quality. And in this episode, I did show some enthusiasm for it, so my commentary wasn't bad either. So that is pretty much it. Like, Lucius, as I said, for the first 4 or so parts when I recorded it, was a really fun, relaxing game. I will admit, Lucius playing this game got some material for me for a review as well. And it's just, I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with this game. I loved 60% of it. Maybe 70% of it, but there's just a couple of things that I just didn't like. But in this episode, fortunately, none of that was shown. It was all good in this episode, and maybe someday, a few years down the road, when I get more patience or more careful thought process, I might be able to finish the game. Yeah, as you've seen, I never actually finished it, but it was still a fun ride when I was doing it. So, Lucius Part 1, Born Bad, is number 25 on this list, now on to number 24. Number 24 on the list is Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards, Part 11, Dueling Kaiba 4. I think it's for, the Egyptian god card. I forget what it's called. I know, for it being on my list, I'm not very good with titles. But I just found this a really fun episode to do. I got to almost expertly beat Kaiba, which, to be fair, Kaiba wasn't very good in this duel, but so in comparison, he actually made me look really smart, really good, and I had fun with some of the narration compared to some I narrated more than I did in some of the other parts, and I was just right into it. As I said, it's still pretty high on the list because, as I said, I have grown, I think, leaps and bounds since then, but it was still a really memorable video for me to do. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards, Part 11 is number 24 on this list, now on to number 23. This Let's Play was really fun for me in general, and honestly, South Park The Stick of Truth was just so much fun. And just like on that other video that I included this episode in, which again is episode, was it 24? It's the Sparkle Sparkle Sunshine. I honestly think that, I don't think of it now as fondly as I did in the first countdown it was in, but I still think it is among one of my favorites. I did have a big reaction in that clubhouse, and was legitimately funny, but I can see now most through the episode it wasn't as narrated as I remember, but it still is one of those legitimately funny moments. I mean, if I was doing a top favorite moments, that would be included. So since I'm not doing it top favorite moments, then I'm just including this whole video. But if I was, this would be maybe number 5 with my favorite moments, but yeah, as I really did enjoy playing Stick of Truth, and I'm perhaps debating doing a redo of it within the next couple of years. Maybe earlier than later. I have no idea. Maybe I'll do much better as a Let's Player in that case. But anyway, South Park Stick of Truth, Sparkle Sparkle Sunshine is number 23 on this list. Now on to number 22. Don't get me wrong, I still think this game is sort of dumb, but I did really enjoy, to a degree, doing this Let's Play. I honestly think part 1 of Totally Angelica, though, was my best of them, because I literally was far more balanced within gameplay and narration than I have been, even sometimes to this day. I am doing a lot better now that I'm post-narrating a lot more, but when I was playing this part, I was playing and talking. I was focusing on game, and I was narrating. And I just loved the "got them cookies" line. I used it in one of my channel trailers, too, at a point. And again, if I was doing a top moments list, I honestly think this would be in that list too. As I said, I did choose this part over the South Park for for 22 because I had a really decent part. It wasn't just a moment that stuck out, unlike the South Park where it did. Like, with the South Park one moment really shined through. With this part, almost to me, and this is just to me, almost the whole thing was almost flawless. Which does count more, in my opinion. So it had a great moment in it too, but then I did really well overall. Now, will I ever redo Totally Angelica? That's in the middle ground. It definitely is not coming anytime soon, but I might consider at least beating the main game and that later. But besides that, that'd be just to get it completed. You know, I played it only to a certain point, so Totally Angelica Part 1, Got Those Cookies, is number 22 on the list. Now on to number 21. Pokemon Crystal Wedlock was my literal first Let's Play. So of course there would have to be something on the list of my favorites since the beginning until this point. So episode 48, the finale of the whole thing, is obviously my favorite. Quite a lot stuck out. What is it? My sidebar, or my bottom bar, as you call it, at least it was limited to the bottom. So that way it was doing better. My reaction to Renesmee's demise, that was heartbreaking, honestly, still. Like, I had her since the beginning, and I suppose she lost to a formidable fight against Blue. I wish it had been against Red, because I would think that would have been the most dignified way to go, except to a damn Pidgeot. Okay, I'm sorry. Or no, was it an Arcanine? No, I think it may have been a Pidgeot. Okay, that shows how much I know, but I think it was a Pidgeot. Those who rewatched it recently, let me know. But, as I said, I admit, it is not my most quality-wise best video, but it holds a lot of memories, and I was starting to get a feel for things. I think by this point, at least to the small percentage of it. So, as I said, for that, I'm really proud of it. And as I said, it was a stepping stone. It was like, what's the word? It was my stepping stone into becoming a YouTuber and becoming a Let's Player. And I will always hold that dear to me. So, let's play Pokemon Crystal Wedlocke Part 48 versus Blue and Red is number 21 on this list. Now on to number 20. You're probably thinking, why a Jazz tries? It doesn't take any effort. Yes, I agree, it doesn't take any effort, but I had so much fun with this one. It isn't always about effort, but it's also about what I feel that I really enjoyed as well. Okay, I'm not saying that I shouldn't have any videos with great effort in it. I do, in my opinion, but sometimes it's about enjoying doing a video, not necessarily all the work and editing and everything. And for me, I honestly thought I was able to explain how I felt about the cheesy tots. Honestly, you're gonna laugh at this, but I think this was the most expertly sounding about food that I've ever been, and that is why I put this on this list. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. It was legitimately trying something new and explaining how I felt about it in almost a professional way. Anything like that, I really do gravitate towards. So, let's say it's kind of a guilty little pleasure of mine, of my videos. And honestly, I still think this is better than some of my older videos, to be fair. Now, I promise the rest of this countdown is not going to be all about food and everything. Like, no, this is literally the only food video on this list, but I had to add it somewhere, and I know anything below 20 would be too much. Too low or high, or like when I say low, again, I mean the better. So, Jazz Tries Burger King's Cheesy Tots is number 20 on this list. Now on to number 19. Now, Totally Angelica, we meet again. Yes, Totally Angelica review is on this list at number 19. I think this was, well, I'm trying to think. Not as great as some of my later reviews, but out of the earlier reviews, I honestly think I did a pretty good job of it. I gave the points I made the points I wanted to make on whether the quality, the gameplay, and everything, and it was really fun, especially that whole fashion skit at the beginning. My God. That just had to make it somewhere on the list. I think this was one of my first reviews, one of them, that I actually did a skit beforehand. And if it wasn't that it's my favorite of the earlier ones, I mean, I honestly thought it was hilarious, but again, everyone has their opinion. For me, I can be literally entertained by the simplest things. Yeah. So obviously I do enjoy this better than my episode of it because I had more professionalism in it than just playing a game. So, Totally Angelica review is number 19 on this list. Now on to number 18. Hey guys, I realize this list has been a bit long, so I've decided to do this. I'm going to make this sub-special a 3-parter. This part is obviously the end of this part, so I did numbers 27 to 19, and my next part I will do number 18 to 9, I believe, and in the last part I'll do 8 to 1. So, again, I apologize that it seems sudden, but the next 2 parts will make more sense. So, guys, thank you for watching this video, and if you can't wait for the next part, give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe. It helps this channel a lot, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you'll know when the new part's coming out. And I will see you guys in my next video.